I analyzed all 3 seasons in detail, connected the clues, and came to one clear conclusion. These people aren't trapped in a town where monsters come out at night. They're trapped inside a story with an author, a story where the characters don't even realize they're characters. And the man in yellow is the one shaping it all. Just to be clear, I've only watched episode 1 of season 4, so there are no spoilers here. A lot of you watched my previous video and I appreciate that, but after that I waited. I waited to see if season 4 would prove me wrong, or prove me right, and then episode 1 dropped, where the man in yellow tells a character, "You played a very special role in a very important story." Then he adds, "What happens next is my favorite part." And then the line that changed everything, "It's always my favorite part." He's not hiding anymore, except behind Sophia's face. Now he's speaking like a writer inside his own story. But the story theory was just the beginning, because underneath it, there's something deeper, something ancient. A myth that doesn't just explain what this show is, it might explain how it ends. Today we're breaking it all down. The story, the author, the hidden layers, and the possible ending. In my opinion, this is the ultimate theory. But first, here's something important. This show has been telling us what it is since season 1. It's not subtle about it. The characters literally say it out loud. I counted at least 11 times across 3 seasons. 11 times this place is described as a story. Father Katri says, "We're living in a book that hasn't been finished yet," and then asks, "How can the story end if all the players are still on the stage?" That's not metaphor, that's a direct clue. Then Ethan says, "This isn't a puzzle, it's a story. A kid understood it before anyone else." Jade describes it like this, "It's like starting a book from the middle." And later, Julie is called a story walker, someone who can move through different parts of the story, but can't change them. Then in season 4, the man in yellow confirms it. Once a story is told, it can't be changed. For seasons, multiple clues, all pointing to the same truth. This is a story. But then comes another layer. Victor says, "We decide how the story ends." So now we have 2 conflicting ideas. The story is fixed, and yet somehow changeable. And the evidence isn't just in dialogue. It's in the set design too. Like the reference to Mobius, a character known for manipulating everything from the shadows. A true puppet master. Sound familiar? This show keeps dropping clues. In dialogue, in objects, in the environment. So calling it a story isn't a guess. It's a pattern the show keeps repeating. But here's the real question. What kind of story is this? To answer that, I went back and rewatched everything. Every detail, every scene. And that's when the faraway trees started to make sense. If they were just portals, why send people to random places? But if they're like breaks in a story, then it clicks. You step into the narrative, and it moves you to the next section. Same with the bottle tree. Numbers, structure like an index or table of contents. Then the question becomes, why do some survive, and others don't? Maybe because some characters matter to the story, and others don't. And when someone steps outside their role, the story removes them. Then there's the post office, a place that serves no real purpose. 7. Unless you see it symbolically as a place for messages. And the show's title? From, like a letter, like a message sent from someone. What if this entire story is a message written by the author? And that brings us to something even deeper. Ancient mythology. The story of Kronos, a ruler driven by fear of his own children. He doesn't just destroy them, he traps them. And that idea feels eerily similar to what we see here. All these clues point toward a larger narrative structure, where eventually, a new force rises against the old one. That's where Sophia comes in, representing wisdom, or maybe something pretending to be it. And then there's the most mysterious figure of all, the boy in white. Why white? Because white represents a blank page, something unwritten. That's why he's free, and possibly knows more than anyone else, while everyone else is stuck inside their chapters. In the end, this is a conflict between two forces, control and freedom. And maybe this is a cycle that keeps repeating. If you have your own theories or questions, drop them below. Because this isn't a simple idea. It's layered, complex, and still unfolding. And maybe in the end, the one who changes the story will be the one who hasn't been written yet.